ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ
ਜੀ ਕਾ
ਖਾਲਸਾ
ਖਾਲਸਾ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਜੀ
ਜੀ
ਕੀ
ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
ਫਤਿਹ. Welcome to Real Talk with Suk and Preet. The 2024 US election is really important for several reasons that will affect the country and the world. Here's why it matters. Protecting the democracy. This election will show if the US can protect its voting system and trust in elections after recent disagreements about fairness and rules. The economy. The next leaders will have to deal with problems like inflation, rising prices, and job growth, which affect everyone's daily life. They will also decide on things like taxes and government spending. The Supreme Court. The president could pick new judges for the highest court, which can make big decisions on things like criminal justice system and voting rights that affect all Americans. The global relations. The USA plays an important role in the world, so the election will decide how the country handles problems like war in Ukraine and tensions in China, etc. Social issues. This election will impact important topics like healthcare, gun laws, racial equality, the LGBTQ agendas being pushed on our children, climate and energy. Leaders will decide how quickly the US moves towards clean energy, how it fights climate change, which will affect future generations. In short, the 2024 election is about much more than picking leaders. It's about deciding the direction of the country and ensuring it stays strong, fair, and ready for the future. So, can you please expand on why 2024 elections are so important to all of us?
Yeah, sure. Uh, as you know, the 2024 election is about a little bit over 2 weeks from now. It's really important, not just for our future, for future of our children to their children. If we do not pay attention to this election at this time, we may not have next election, which means that it will be one party ruled. And I don't hesitate to say that it's going to be the liberal extremist that will make it to the point where you're not going to be able to vote. And in order to have that fairness, in order to make sure that we do have a future for our children and their children and their children in the United States, we need to pay attention to this election. And it is really important that we pay attention to who we're voting for, why we're voting for them, and what's important. Don't, I mean, it's not just like two party fights, it's a fight for our future. It's a fight for the country, a fight for the whole world, if you really look at it. Um, so,
We
that,
all can agree that the current administration has destroyed our country, our thriving economy. Under Trump's, uh, when he was a president, he did really well. Gas prices were under control, inflation was under control. We had the all time low interest rate in buying homes. Right now, the American people are like in debt, and they don't have any funds. Now they're going to their credit cards, using their credit card. This country is the people of this country are suffering right now.
they are suffering because of Biden Harris admin. And if you really look at it, what has happened in the last 3.5, 4 years is that they have totally destroyed this country. They have destroyed the way this country was ran or was set up 4 years prior to that, which was Trump's admin. And the way they ran the country was top notch. Preet, you already explained that, how it was such a good economy, everything when Trump was in charge. Our border were secure. Now, it's borders are not secure. We have illegal immigration, um, illegal immigrants all over the place. It's borders are wide open. No matter what they say in this news, which they never tell you the truth, um, people are coming through. They're pouring in. Just imagine that illegal immigrants. Just imagine that you owning a house and you lock your doors every night or anytime you step out of the house. You make sure that nobody can get in. You secure it. You have alarm system. You have everything, but yet our country does not have that. The one place somebody can just walk in and step into our country, and they can come in and they can do whatever they can, commit like most like unbearable crimes, and it's okay to do because they're just illegal immigrants. Look, if
We know what happened when Biden put her in charge of the border. Millions of illegal immigrants poured into the US, partly because she promised them free stuff.
of course, and you know that there, the thing is that there's nothing wrong with people coming to United States. We respect that. We came to United States. I was very young when I came in. You were very young, Preet. Um, when parents came here, they applied proper way. They did all the paperwork legally. We came here. These people are
And we
just
respect this country, its constitution, its laws, and we respect. I've visited India, Punjab several times, and it's a lawless country. It's hard to live there, and I was very thankful that I was just there temporarily, and I had a better place, United States of America, to come home to. Um, just like countries like China and India and other countries, they're lawless countries. Um, a lot of this stuff that's happening in America right now, that's what's happening that's what's been happening in those countries. And if we don't stop this, if we don't go out there and vote for the proper person, um, this country will go into rebel. It already has, and we are going to be destroying this to a point where there's no fix. Even if when we vote for Trump when he comes in, there's a lot of work he has to do. I mean, we're like trillions of dollars in debt right now.
so. If you really look at it, I just want to finish out with illegal immigration, and we're gonna move on. If somebody comes here illegally, they are provided everything from the rent to the medical to you name it. Even like veterans, they can't get medical, they can't go to the hospitals, or they can't get the plan. But illegal immigrants are given the same plan from the veterans,
And
doctors.
the people of America, they have to pay interest on when they purchase a house. They have to pay interest on it. And under this administration, I don't know who they're trying to impress, but 0% for people who never worked in their life over with our money, our hard work money. Um, that's why, we decided to do this podcast because it's really important for the future of America. We don't want this country to become a third world country like the countries that everybody escapes from and comes here for a better opportunity.
If you really look at it, the tax we pay, that's the biggest scam on the earth. We are taxed on pretty much everything or anything we do, but we do it anyways. Our income is taxed. Anything we buy is taxed. Anything you do is taxed, and but people suck up and people say it's okay because they're doing it for country, they're doing it for county, they're doing it for city. But how's that it's okay that our tax money is going towards illegal immigration, which is caused by these politicians who happen to be sitting in White House right now?
I used to wonder, like, what is a purpose? Why are they bringing these illegal people in? What's the purpose?
I
Like, I didn't get it. Now I know it's just because I think Newsom said California. I think we don't even have to have they don't even have to have an ID to
No,
vote.
yeah,
So that's the reason,
that's what I
because it's
feel.
always been that the American people here living here, they showed their ID, they voted, and it was citizens, they voted. Now it's like illegal criminals coming to this country, and then most likely those ballots are probably gone to a certain address, and a certain person that's allowed millions of these people to come in, they're going to fill out whatever suits their, their candidate, which is Kamala, and and they're going to have millions and millions of vote, and they'll probably bring this up like towards the end of the election. But I'm really hoping that American people are vigilant, they stay up, they're awake, and they know how to tackle these people that have done fraud before.
Yeah, so I can give you a good example. And like I said, I want to finish out with this illegal immigration, Preet. Is that I have worked all of my life. Since I was senior in high school, I started working full time. Um, when I retire, I do not get a free medical. But these illegal immigrants cross the border and they're handed a card with free medical,
They're getting food stamps,
food
and they're
stamps,
getting
and
housing, and they're getting clothing allowance,
they
and they're getting, well, you name it, they're getting it. It's for free.
so going back to what you said earlier, uh, the law-abiding citizens and tax-paying citizens are suffering in this country. They're living check by check, or they're living on credit cards, and that gonna blow up because you can't just survive on like credit cards. And what's gonna happen is that the people who are only like they own like houses or the properties or whatever, they're gonna end up on the streets. And the bigger agenda is that they want these illegal immigrants to take over those houses where they will be given a free rent or free money to get into those houses. I mean, look at the irony of this. The citizens or the tax-paying citizens will be out on the streets, but you will have illegal immigrants in their houses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to happen.
And
So
it's like, why does this administration, you know, Biden, obviously Biden is not work he hasn't worked himself. There's probably thousands of people, pulling the strings. So he's just a puppet there, and thousands of people are running him or dictating what needs to be done. And
same, same,
these are enemies that want to destroy America.
same thing with the Kamala uh, or Kamala.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
I mean, everybody says Kamala, but it's Kamala. Um, but anyways, that's the illegal immigration that gotta stop. Um, and this admin of Biden Harris had made sure that they try to destroy this country by raising the prices on everything, gas, groceries, uh, housing market, interest rates, anything you can imagine has gone up within the last 3.5 and 4 years, and it's hard to survive. I
mm-hmm.
mean, um, I don't know how long this is gonna go. So pretty much what I want to say is that now you got to look back 4 years before that, when Trump was in charge. He pretty much economy was a housing
He
market.
had strong stance on immigration. Economy,
Border was secure.
border was curious.
Military was pretty much set. He made sure that we had the strongest military.
Support for law enforcement was there. Now it's about Kamala's about defunding the police. Why is she after defunding the police?
Yeah, well, she claims that she been in law enforcement all her life. What I want to know is what is that she really did in law enforcement? Really nothing. One example I can give you is there was a saying who applied for California Department of Corrections prison system, and she was the attorney general at the time, and
His name was Keshav Singh Obrai.
and she made sure that he didn't get the job in prison system, and her claiming at that point up to vice president, claiming that she was Indian and he was from India, and she didn't give a damn about him. She did not uh, give him a job, made sure that he didn't get the job. But long story short, He ended up filing a lawsuit. He won the lawsuit, and he works for California Department of Corrections. But she made sure that he didn't get the job.
Yeah,
Uh,
when it was time for her to raise her voice or do something for the people, if she claimed Indian, you know what? You don't have to be Indian to support Indian or know like the Sikh values. And when did it become a norm that you have to be you have to be shaved up and all that to work in a prison system. You know, Vaiguru made us, God made us, men with a beard. And if our religion has a mandate that yes, we have to be, we have to be Sikhs, unshorn hair, and this is how we are. I mean, that's the most natural thing. How can someone like her or anyone like claim that hey, the gas mask is not going to go on? Yes, gas. You've put a gas mask on for your department, right? And you had it on. You didn't
we
have any issues.
we have a different type of mask. I wouldn't have any problem if it came down to it. But this whole thing of like gotta be clean shaven and all that, it doesn't make any sense. I can tell you, the Navy SEALs, they all have beards.
Yeah.
They all wear gas masks.
Yeah.
They all wear all kind of equipment. They never had a problem.
It's unfortunate, something like this, became an issue, and someone like her that had the power to, make a difference in some Sikh's life, she decided to act like a god and, or a devil more like, act like a devil
Look,
and go against it.
here's the thing. All I can tell you is that she's phony. There's nothing real about her.
Nothing.
She just talks crap, and she can't back up anything. She can't even answer a one straight question. If you were about to ask her that, can you tell me that what is today, which means that today is Sunday, answer would be is today Sunday. But no, she will say, "Oh, I was raised in middle class, and I flew over there, and I was there." It's like nobody cares about that crap. Just answer the question.
And recently
So
in an interview, they asked her, like, what would you have done different? Like, if you were the president, or if you're the president, right? What would you have done different than Biden? And she said nothing.
nothing comes to her
Yeah.
mind.
So the picture is right there. Her words are speaking, and they're speaking pretty loud. If you guys vote for her, um, I don't know how you're surviving, but it's become really hard. Like last 3.5 years, we're middle class, and it's become very
It's
tough.
been tough, and
Like you have a savings going, but with all this inflation, gas prices, grocery prices, insurance, and just et cetera, et cetera. There's so many things.
you're
It's
paying
like
so
it's
much. Prime example is the groceries itself. You're paying like 4 or 5 times more than what you were paying 4 years ago.
mhm.
Um, Look, here's the bottom line. Her whole Harris, Kamala Harris, the record is built on lies. She pretty much did whatever she had to do to get in wherever she got in, and she's still doing that. And she thinks that she's gonna get where she's gonna get by doing that. But people need to wake up. People need to speak up. People who are suffering and people who want to change from this admin, they need to get out and they need to speak up. They need to vote. They need to vote for the right person. And the right person is Donald Trump. The Donald Trump and JD Vance, they have a plan. They have a full plan of what they want to do. The biggest thing is that they don't want to tax. I mean, think about it. How petty is that? That in Biden Harris admin, they start taxing the tips of the people who receive tips. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, come on, man.
These are people like working minimum wage. They're
College
working,
students,
college
right?
students. They're trying to get extra money so they can pay for rent, they can pay for grocery, they can pay for their books. And here's an admin that's sucking up. They're not leaving anybody, like from adults to even our children, right now are suffering. If they're not suffering for the food that's placed on the shelves and FDA's approving it with all those dangerous chemicals, trans fats, aspartame, MSG, artificial food coloring, BHA, BHT, all these cancer causing properties, they're putting that into our food and no one's saying anything about it. Why? Because it's like a whole like a money making a thing that's being fed off of American people. RFK is supporting. He dropped out of a race and he's supporting Trump. And you know what? Kudos to him because he's doing really good. RFK Jr. suggests if Trump is elected, he'll play significant role in our agriculture and health policies, and that's what we need. We need someone like that because if they're not killing us with the medication, pharmaceuticals they're putting in us, they're killing us with the food that's on the shelves, and it's a very very dangerous place to be right now, and we need this change. That's why we're like fighting really hard, and we want to boot this administration out so that way we can put the proper people in who gives a damn about America, about American people, and they are there. They know that they have generations, they have grandkids, they have generations to save, and they're kind of like us. They're kind of like, hey, we gotta be proactive, and we need to fight these demons. Donald Trump is such a rich guy. He never had to get into this. He never needed to be a president. But why is he doing this? Because he loves America, he loves American people, and he sees what's going on, and he's going to be up there. He's going to make a difference.
And
The
he's
guy
doing,
took a shot for us Americans, okay?
yeah,
That's it. That's huge, and he's still standing strong, and he's saying, he took a shot and said, fight, fight, fight. That's a huge statement from someone that's just injured by some evildoer, and who knows who are the real people behind this evildoers.
he's doing his part. Um, JD Vance is doing his part. His people who's endorsing him, Elon Musk, he's doing his part.
Yeah, yeah.
RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek, uh,
O'Brien, yeah.
Vivek,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Vivek
What's his last name?
Ramaswamy,
Ramsamy, okay.
um, and everybody who's in this team, they're doing their part. I don't think it's easy to be doing six different things in one day, which Donald Trump is doing,
Mm-hmm.
and people don't realize it. What we're doing, are we just sitting home, just being like
Are we going to allow this
social
just,
media warriors?
yeah,
We need to get out. We need to, if nothing else, let's get out and vote,
yeah.
and let's pick a right person for the job. And who is the right person? Like I said before, Donald Trump is the right person for the job. He will fix economy. He will
He's
fix
done it
everything.
before. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's done it before.
I don't know if a lot of people pay attention to this or not, but the very first day Biden Harris took over White House, and they signed 90 some orders uh, terminating what Trump has put in place. So they did that very first day, and that's borders and economy and energy and you name it. Pretty much anything or everything they has gone wrong in their admin. They made sure that they did that on purpose, and they know what they're doing, and they want to destroy this country. People want to save the country. Is Trump's team, and we need to make sure that we need to vote for him, and we need to make sure that he wins, and he wins big. Yeah, they're gonna try to cheat. It's given fact.
They've done it before.
It's
Yep.
already happening in a lot of areas, but we need to get out and raise voice. We need to make sure that we keep an eye on things. If we see something, we need to speak up.
Be vigilant. Yep.
And we 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 gotta make sure this change happen. If it doesn't, we don't have a future in this country. Um, I mean,
America has become lawless with lawless leaders. It might take the military to bring justice to America. Remember the words of President Trump: the enemy is within America.
yeah, for sure. And then also going back to open border, we talk about other countries and third world countries. What I want to, if somebody want to do experiment, go ahead and try to cross the India Pakistan border or China border or other countries border. They will shoot you on sight. So how's that? It's okay here. It's not. It's not okay. It's not okay for anybody to just walk in. It's just like you wouldn't let anybody walk into your house. So make sure that we pay attention to that. We vote for the right person. We thought it was very important for us to take a few minutes and do this podcast, and because the fight is not just between two parties. The fight is not between uh, Donald Trump and Harris. The fight is between good and evil, and the fight is between right and wrong.
And just remember our children, they're so vulnerable. And look what's happened under this current administration. We had to pull our kid out of a school just because of this, this transgender, gay, LGBT stuff that was going on. And it's very unbearable. And other countries are educating their children in math and science and advancing them in places that need to be advanced. Our country right now, this administration, they're destroying the future of our children. And if they destroy our children, we're destroyed pretty much. So please make sure you guys vote for the right person, and you in your deep heart, who's the right person. So vote accordingly, and remember, no matter what happens, who wins, we're going to stay strong, we're going to stay together, we're not going to let these people divide us. And I have a strong feeling that God is watching over us, and Donald Trump will become the next US president, 2024.
And
Fight.
anyway, yeah, for sure. And anybody who stands with God, family, uh, your right to bear arms, right to free speech. That's what Donald Trump admin stands for, and that's where we stand. And make sure we all stand for that, no matter which party you belong to. Um, those are the things. Those are the. That's what the U.S. is built on, and we need to make sure that we continue to carry on. And thank you so much, and everybody take care and be safe out there.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
Khalsa,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
Vaheguru
ਜੀ
Ji
ਕੀ
Ki Fateh.
ਫਤਿਹ